it's Beauty Junkie. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I want to show you an updated pre-treatment routine for my hair. So that means using a scalp and deep conditioner before I actually shampoo. And this is Sunday evening, so I figured it'd be a good time to give you an update on what I've been using and what I've been repurchasing. And I'm going to show you, my application tips, how I use it, and all that good stuff. So if you're interested, please keep watching. So I did a recent order with Look Fantastic. It's a UK based website. So anything you order from them comes from the UK. But even so, I get things rather quickly, usually within a week or so, a little bit longer than that. But honestly, with free shipping, that's not any different than when I order from websites that offer free shipping in the US. So I can't really complain. I've ordered from this company a couple times now. And I've been really happy with them. So what I ordered is a giant size Philip Kingsley Elasticizer. This is 1,000 milliliters, 33.8 fluid ounces. This is huge. This is like when you go to a salon, you see those giant shampoos where they wash your hair. This is the size those come in. Now what's awesome about this is a deep conditioner. This is the pre-treatment I'm going to be showing you how to use. And you actually put it on before you shampoo instead of after. You can still deep condition after. That's what I normally do, but I use a different product. But I really like this one for its pre-treatment benefits. It really helps with my breakage, and I am one of those people that even when you shampoo, when you kind of rough up your hair with like the strong shampoos, especially if you're using clarifying shampoo or stripping shampoo, but even just if you have curly hair, like the kind of motion you do when you wash, it does create breakage, and you want the reason for a pre-treatment is to help sort of prevent that breakage you get from washing. Now I have color treated hair, so my hair is even more sort of sensitive, prone to breakage. So that's why I like a product like this, and I think it is really smart to apply it before you wash, and that's really how it's designed to be used. I did consider getting half of this size, and they have another version of this that's even for even thicker hair, and I wanted to try it. I think it's like a darker maroon, I don't know the name of it, like a deeper treatment for a different hair type, because this is for fine, medium, and coarse, but I think they have even I think it's called extreme or something like that. I wanted to try that, but then only came in like 500 milliliters, and for like a little bit more money, it just made sense economically to get double the size. And the 1,000 milliliters, at least on Look Fantastic, was only available in the regular Elasticizer, so I couldn't get the extreme one in this size, and this was most economical. And since I've already tried it, finished it very quickly, I thought probably makes sense for me to get this giant one. So that's what I did. I love giant hair care sizes just because I go through hair care a lot. I use a lot at one time, and it just makes sense if you like something to have a lot of it. I don't know. That doesn't mean I wash my hair a lot. I try to wash my hair twice a week, sometimes 3 times, but not more than that. And with my kind of lazy COVID style, I haven't been straightening or blowing out my hair or doing really anything to it. So that's kind of helped mask any oil that comes up. Because when I do straighten my hair, when I get oily hair and oily scalp, it really shows up. I just wanted to show you how this works. I'm also going to be using my spray. This is a scalp spray from Biologique Recherche. This is a lotion P50 Capillaire, and this is for exfoliating your scalp. I think it works pretty well. I use it once a week. I also use like a scalp mask from Kerastase, but I think this does a really good job. I am almost out of it. It says 250 milliliters, 8.4 ounces. The problem with this is that I don't know, it was like $100. So I don't know, even though I like it, I don't know if I'm gonna repurchase it, because to really get to all my scalp, I have to use quite a few sprays, and you'll see, like, you know, if you have thick hair or just to get to all parts of your scalp, you're gonna have to spray a lot. And I get why, like, that's the easiest method to get to your scalp is with a spray rather than like having a lotion and having to like rub it in. I get the spray makes sense. It's just, I don't know, it's hard to get to all of your scalp. So I might look for something that has the same idea where you're exfoliating your scalp, but maybe not this one. And if I can't find anything, maybe I'll end up repurchasing it. I don't know. It's just the cost that really does it for me. So we're gonna go through the routine. Also, with my Look Fantastic order, I got like a deluxe sample because I spent so much money. So this is $74, and I got it with 25% off. So Look Fantastic has been great because they have daily deals, they have weekend deals, and sometimes if you like a certain brand, those brands will like go on sale more, or you'll get like a special email to get, you know, that brand on sale. So Philip Kingsley has been on sale quite a bit since I've turned on to Look Fantastic. They have their own app, which is really cool, so you can like check things on your phone. But so they were having a 20% off sale, and then on top of that I got an additional 5% off. So I got this for the giant size for $75. It's normally over $100, so very happy about that. And I definitely think this is a lot, you know, worth the money when you consider like how much the 5-ounce one is, and this is $33. So I would definitely, you know, get the smaller size. You want to try it out first, see if you like it, see if it makes a difference, if it makes sense to you. Even like pre-treatments, I don't think a lot of people think about in their hair care routine, let alone doing like a leave-in mask after they wash their hair. So I get that pre-treatment's kind of a step up, but we're in the times where we have a little bit more time to devote to self-care. It might be something you want to think about. So with my order, I got a deluxe sample, and I had a choice, and some of the choices were like just this, but this seemed like a more, I don't know, I get more out of it because there's like at least a little more product in here. It's not quite an ounce of product that I got, but this is the Organic Pharmacy Rose Facial Cleansing Gel, and then it came with a cream, antioxidant cream, face cream from the same company, made with 88.1% organic ingredients. This is for all skin types. I'm gonna try this in the shower, and I may update you on another video what it's like, if it's, you know, noteworthy or not. But this is what came with my order. Let's get to application. I have this great mist that I didn't realize was that great when I first used it. This is from Pattern. You can get this at Ulta. This is Tracy Ellis Ross brand for, you know, curly hair, and it's a continuous sprayer. I think I've shown this in a couple of videos now. But you like, I don't know if it's gonna work. You barely tap it and it continuously sprays. Anyways, if you have to wet your hair a lot, this is a good sprayer. It doesn't hold a ton of water, but it's not bad. So before I wet my hair completely, I'm gonna use the scalp spray. And you'll notice, like, for each section, the smell isn't great, just that vinegary Q50 smell. So definitely something you probably want to use before you actually shampoo. And, well, that's the directions anyway. But you essentially spray it on your scalp, and I rub it into the scalp, kind of massage it in. Or you can use more of a scratching motion. But I rather have this than doing like the salt or sugar scrubs on my scalp, because those are even harder to get to my scalp with how much hair I have. It's pretty long. And then even so, like, it's very messy and dirty, gets all over your shower, and then you end up having to use so much of the scrub. Like, I don't know, maybe there's not like a perfect way to like reach your scalp without using a lot of product, but even though I've used a lot of this, I just felt like it was way more easier to use, more pleasant to use, despite the smell. Actually, so I'm gonna go section by section instead of doing my whole head with the scalp spray first. So I'm gonna wet my hair, not my scalp, but the rest of my hair. And some of you, you know, if you only really want to apply the elasticizer to your ends, because that's where you want to concentrate it, that makes a lot of sense. I just go ahead and apply it to pretty much root to tip. You could like start here and go down, you can start here, whatever you want to do. If you really want to conserve the product, don't apply it all over your head. That will save you time as well. But essentially, if you don't want to treat your scalp, you could just wet your hair quickly in the shower. It can then come out and put on the elasticizer, however you want to do it. I don't like getting in and out of the shower, but I'm also using a scalp spray on my dry scalp, because they don't want you to put it on a wet scalp. So I do it like this with spraying water. Now it's not going to be as wet as if I were to, you know, jump in the shower, but it's good enough for what we're doing here. So I'm going to break the seal on this guy. And I love that this is a pump. So the smaller sort of original size of this comes in a jar where you have like a lid that you unscrew like most deep conditioners. The fact that this is a pump is just way easier for me to apply. So that is one pump, and it's just this creamy, lotiony, kind of marshmallowy texture. It's really nice. And after I apply it, then I comb it through, which also helps with detangling. And it's really easy to detangle. Now if I had super tangled hair, and because my hair isn't super wet, this might be a little bit hard. So it's gonna vary depending on your hair type, how curly you are. But if you're, you know, pretty straight or just kind of have wavy hair like I do, brushing this out like this won't be too difficult for you. But you know, you have to know your hair type and how easy things are to detangle. As you're, you know, combing through, you might have to wet your hair a little bit more. You may have to apply a little bit more product. I just, you know, encourage you to not overdo it, because if we don't rinse things completely, you get some buildup, you get some greasy spots. You know, your hair may not have the volume it had before if you don't rinse everything out. So you gotta find a good balance between like how much you need for detangling and how much you need actually for anti-breakage. So with me, I haven't been able to get a haircut, and I'm a little afraid to at this point. I really want one though. So for me, having a treatment like this is going to be really key. I already have a lot of breakage right now, I know, so I don't want to make it worse. I know a haircut is really going to be the best thing to help with preventing breakage. But because I can't cut my hair as often as I wanted to, I'm ending up buying things like this that sort of help with elasticity. And when you have hair that is more elastic, you know, it can withstand a bit of stretching. Hair is very tangled, and I'm trying to comb it out. The more it can stretch before breaking, the better. Of course, we don't want it to break at all, but I can't control my hair that much. So there's the first section. That's the whole idea. I'm gonna do it for the whole rest of my head. But essentially just do the scalp spray, rub it in, get my hair wet, and then plop in the elasticizer and then comb it through with a nice wide tooth brush or wide tooth comb. And that is pretty much my routine. And then after I'm all done with the rest of my head, I will show you the next steps. Alright, so I completely have all of the elasticizer all over my head and the scalp spray from Biologique Recherche. So we're all soaked and good to go. My hair is feeling very heavy right now because of all the product that's in it. And I will say, just before we move on to the next step, is that with this giant size and you kind of like pump, now if you fully press down and pump, and if you're doing it in sections like I am, like applying section by section, one big pump is kind of a lot, even for my like long thick hair. So you might want to like just really be careful to not overdo it with a pump like this, because you might just be overloading each section of your hair more than it really needs to get the full benefit. So I would just be careful that you don't over apply. Also, just a note on the scent in case any of you are curious, because when you're doing a treatment like this and you're leaving it on, if it has a very awful scent, you may not want to buy it because it's something you leave on for your hair for a while. Some people do it overnight, and if it stinks, do you want it? This does not smell. I don't think it smells. I'm sure there's fragrance in it, to be honest, or maybe not. I don't think it's fragrance free, but I definitely don't really smell anything. It says citric acid in it. It definitely, it smells fine, pleasant. I don't think you're gonna hate it or love it. It's definitely like, just smells like a regular lotion. Alright, so now that we're all have everything applied on my hair, what you're supposed to do according to the elasticizer directions is to cover with a shower cap and leave on for 10 to 20 minutes, the longer the better, and then you rinse well with a shampoo, conditioner, and scalp toner. I don't do all that. I don't have any shampoo or conditioner from this brand. Finer hair textures should double shampoo to remove all the product. For best results, use at least once a week. So I definitely use this once a week. As I said, I don't wash my hair that much a week, 2 to 3 times max. So I like to dedicate a day a week to apply this, and it's my Sunday, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the shower cap. I do have a thermal cap that would essentially heat up my hair, but I like to leave that for my deep conditioner that I use after I wash my hair, because that one, it's a little bit more moisturizing and thicker, whereas this is more like, it's thick but it's slippery and lotiony kind of a texture. And I do think it's like a perfect formula for the sort of pre-treatment. When I was trying to duplicate this with another product, the Biologique leave-in conditioner, it didn't feel like it gave the same results, and that's what really convinced me to buy this again. It's because when I was using other products to accomplish the pre-treatment sort of aspect of it, it didn't really work as well. So I saw the sale, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna pick up the big size. I like the pre-treatment. It does add some time to my whole self-care Sunday because I'm pre-treating, washing my hair, and then doing a deep conditioner mask after that. If that sounds all too much for you, I totally get it. If you're really all about like preventing breakage, I would do the pre-treatment with Kingsley. If you want more moisturizing and sort of kind of a superficial smoothing and healing. The deep conditioner, you know, after you wash is going to be good, because that essentially builds up a nice layer on your strands to help sort of smooth things out temporarily. So I think I like to do both. And if you not sure if you have like a true breakage problem, I encourage you to like kind of do a shirt test or a pant test. And after you like kind of detangle your hair or comb it out a little bit, or for some of you it could just be kind of finger combing your hair and running your fingers through your hair to get out some tangles. After you do that, is there any hair left, you know, on your clothes? And for me, it's kind of a mix of like long hairs that come out, because, you know, I don't do a lot of shedding, but when I brush and wash my hair, I get quite a bit of shedding, especially when I'm detangling. A lot of hair comes out. But what you really want to, you know, look for is little short pieces of hair that are on your clothes after you kind of comb through. And that, you know, is obviously comes from combing through, brushing through your hair, but it also is really just, even if you're using your hands, that can happen where you get these little pieces, and that's the breakage off your ends, your split ends, whatever. And that is just breakage that's just ready to break off at any moment, really, with any sort of friction, and that's what you're encouraging. You're creating some movement, some friction, you're pressing against those weak strands, and they're just essentially breaking off with like the touch of your fingers. And that is what happens to me. That has always happened to me. I don't think having like highlighted hair, color treated hair helps with that, because it definitely breaks down my hair. It makes things a little bit weaker. So I think it's important to do the self-care in between your colors and cuts. And for me, it's been a long time since my color and cut. I was actually due for all of that at the beginning of the pandemic. I still haven't done it. And then, you know, I can set up an appointment. I'm just a little bit nervous, so I'm waiting to do my appointment. Just a little afraid, so I'm continuing to like try to take care of myself. So anyways, we're leaving this on for, I'm gonna leave it on as long as I can. I'm gonna just do other things. I don't really have a timer. And then when I get around to it, I'm gonna shower and rinse it out. And you will, as they say, you know, if you do have really thin hair, I would just cut back on the amount that you use, but also like you may want to consider double cleansing and like double shampooing this out if you want like no residue, because I think for many of you, you're gonna have some residue with this, especially just doing one wash. Now if you use like a really stripping, like clarifying or dandruff shampoo, anything like that, lots of bubbles and suds, you might be able to get away with like completely removing it, but then your hair's gonna be really dry. So just be aware of that. That's why like you're not going to use this every time you shampoo, even though it could make sense, right? You're going to help prevent that friction from happening and that breakage from happening, but it is a heavier product, and they make an even heavier version, which I was excited to try. I do think they have maybe some other options besides this in their line to help with breakage, so you might want to check the alternatives out. But yeah, this is essentially the idea. You put on the kelp, the shower cap, just because your head produces heat and it kind of traps a little bit of the heat in, and with heat it just helps product absorb into your hair. So that's pretty much it. I did want to mention a fragrance of the day because I forgot to mention it at the beginning of filming. But this is the Perfume Parlor Italian Fruit 1134. And this essentially is Tom Ford's Mandarino de Amalfi. And I'd say like from like far away, from like, not far away, but from a distance, And initially this smells really fresh and good and summery, but as I get closer and as like the initial top notes fade away, it smells very like citrus soap, very soapy to me. And I had that impression when I first got this, and I still do. So I have no idea if this smells like Tom Ford, but I have a hunch that Tom Ford doesn't smell like citrus soap. I just can't imagine that being the case. And I don't know how popular that Tom Ford fragrance is. I thought it might be, but yeah, I just get a very like household cleaner vibe with this. But yeah, that's the fragrance of the day. I still like want to expose you guys to different things out there. This is a fragrance oil. Parfum Parlor is a UK based sort of perfume dupe company. They don't name it the same. They say this smells like Tom Ford, blah blah blah, whatever it is, but it's not. So I think with a lot of them, they come close, they're very similar, but they're definitely not the same. And for some of you like Tom Ford fanatics, you're like, I would never buy anything like that. Well, I know, that's great. Some of you want something similar, and you're okay with similar. So just want to let you know what's out there. Alright, so we're just gonna chill with the shower cap. And that's pretty much the end of my routine. That's what I have to show you. I really just wanted to update you that I bought another elasticizer because I think it's that good. Alright, let me know if you have any questions about curly hair upkeep. If you want to know what other deep conditioners I'm using, I do have a couple other videos. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Please click like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.